Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Today is a very special day. I feel like everyone's become interested in witches because of Wicked, but I have a real life witch and psychic medium here, Patti Negri. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much, Will. I am thrilled to be here. And yes, witches are very popular. I started decades and decades ago, but I love it.
Yeah. You're the real deal, the real deal.
It's not just black eyeliner. Actually, I don't even have any. I don't even have any makeup. Did it wrong.
So I want to get into so much today. But I want everyone to know. So I met Patti back in October because we have a mutual friend, April Bassett, and she's also a psychic. She owns Ghosted Magazine, and Patti was a special guest who did a midnight seance on the boat. And then, we spoke a little bit afterwards, and that was a fun night.
It was a fun night being on a ship, a little chilly for my thin California blood, but it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
And that seance was very interesting.
Thanks. They're always different. I've literally been doing them since I was 7 or 8 years old. It's just born in me. And everyone has its own feel because it's all dependent, of course, on the location and the spirits that would be at the location, the spirits we call in. So therefore, the people in the audience and that are attending the seance. So it's like, I haven't got bored after decades of doing it because like, okay, here's a new one. Yeah.
I got a little bit nervous at one point because I felt like a little thing on my shoulder, and I'm like, uh-oh. But you had said there were like sailors that had crossed over, but they were still on the boat. That's what I found interesting. And then there was even one point where I think it was your assistant came over to, I was all the way in the back in like a little corner, came over and was standing right in front of me and was like, I feel a lot of energy in this part of the room. And I felt you had asked something, and I felt like you were picking up something for me, but I was too shy to like raise my hand. Because it was like a month after my uncle had passed away. So you had said if there was like a William or a Bill, and his name was Billy, also William. So I felt like, and then your assistant came over, and I'm like, oh, this is definitely directed towards me. But so many people up front were raising their hands, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's meant for me, but I'll let them have it because
there is weird synchronicities and coincidence like that. And that is common. I'm sure it was for you, because if Kelly came on over and next time speak up, because maybe Billy had some message. But it is so funny. Like it's the parallels of the world or something. I will go like, who has an Uncle Bob who had purple hair, and 3 people, and it's like, okay, well, your Bob's here and your Bob's here, your Bob's not here, kind of thing. But it's amazing how there's these, like, I don't know if they're synchronicities or coincidences, but it's cool. With pets too, it's like, okay, who has the 3-legged German Shepherd with a purple collar because he's running around to the table? You guys feel it on your legs and everything like that. And then 2 people will have a 3-legged German Shepherd.
It's crazy. And then you have to decipher which one is actually the one that's coming through.
Right. Which is easy. You pull out your dowsing rods or just talk to spirit, or just dogs talk differently than humans. Of course, they don't quite speak in English. They know some words, but animals speak in emotion and pictures and visuals. So it's like deciphering.
Now, before we get to all my questions, which I know are topics that everyone's going to want to know about, real quick though, I want to know about your background. Is this something that runs in your family? Was it passed down from generations, or did you have like encounters with spirit when you were younger and then that got you into magic? How did it all start for you?
Yeah, I was born this way. I think it comes from both sides of my family, but though not practicing. My father came from Turkey and this whole Sephardic background. I think that mysticism from the Middle East. My mom was England and Wales and all that kind of mysticism, that Celtic thing. And since honestly, well, before I could remember, before kindergarten, I talked to spirits. I knew they weren't imaginary spirits like gets put on everybody now. Everybody in our Western, modern, non-mystical, non-magical society. Everything is left brain logic focused. We've taken away the magic, even out of our spirituality and religion, but it didn't get taught out of me. Mom would always go, yeah, grandma could do that too. Yeah, grandma saw that too. So I literally had this obsession with talking to the dead, but it wasn't dark and it wasn't morbid at all. I just knew they had a lot to say. So I literally did my first seance, and that is one of the things I'm known for. I was 7 or 8 in my little suburban Los Angeles home, went into the hall where there were no windows, stuffed towels into the doors, and then realized I didn't know any dead people. So like Marilyn Monroe and John, whoever you kind of knew as a little kid, and my windowless, lightless hall filled with orbs and lights and shadows and sounds. And I was jumping up and down as I ran screaming out. And I've studied it my whole life since 13, since religion, philosophy, science, occult science, metaphysics, spirituality in every form. So I could explain this energy that I see. And you could speak it in many languages. You could talk in Judeo-Christian language. You could talk in pure science language. You could talk in pagan language, you could, New Age language. There's these same truths. It's just like kind of what template you put on it.
That's so interesting. So you embraced it right from the beginning.
Right from the but I kept it very separate. I embraced it. It's who I was. I found a beautiful my witchcraft path way back in the 80s. I was a seeker. I wasn't raised with any kind of religion, so I'll try this, I'll try that. It's like one from column A and one from column B. And then I went to I think it was called Long Beach Women's Spirit, very Wiccan of the 80s kind of a thing. And I'm like, oh, they kind of they're one with nature, and they talk to trees, and they have this beautiful feminine. This is the one I'm staying with. And even since then, it's taking so many left and right beautiful path turns. But I've stayed with that beautiful, very elemental nature earth system. But I kept it separate. I kept it separate because I'm in Hollywood. I was an actress and dancer turned producer, very corporate. And I'm like, these people just can't really know that. Number one, I talk to dead people. Number two, I dance around bonfires in a full moon in a cloak. Just keep that separate. I'll just keep that private. And then in 2008, the big corporate crash came, and I had a corporate production company, big national stuff, and everything went crashing. And at the same time, reality TV was going up, up, up. And somebody called me. They go, Patti, we know your ability with seances. We need you to do a seance on a reality show. And I'm like, oh, thank you, but no, thank you. I keep my private life private. You know, if I'm acting something, but no, please no. And they're like, please, we don't know anybody else. And I'm like, no. And I'm looking at my completely empty calendar, everything. And I'm like, no, well, what's the name of the show? And literally they take a pause and they go, well, it's called Mobile Home Disaster, and it's on country music television. And I'm like, who would watch that? Who in the world would watch a show that's called Mobile Home Disaster on CMT? Little did I know everybody, but
Yeah.
but I'm like, okay, what does it harm? Nobody I know is going to watch this. It won't hurt my business, my career. I went, it was the most fulfilling, magical, all my skills. It was legitimate. I got to help this human little girl who everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I'm like, no, there are portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I got to help a spirit cross over that was kind of stuck there for whatever reasons, easy and so heart-filling. And almost as good and important, I got to slightly open the minds and hearts of this kind of Southern Bible Belt cast and crew that, oh, wait, this isn't evil. This is good. And this is of the light. So I'm like, my God, this was the best day of my life. All my improv and sketch and camera came into play. And yet it was legit doing real work, but never again, never again. So a couple months later, when it first aired, I'm like, oh, that was cute. That was fun. But no, my very first call, oh my God, my very first call was from my biggest corporate client. I did shows nationally for them, big song and dance extravaganzas. And I'm like, hi, Patti. Hi. I saw you on television last night. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh God. And he's like, I didn't know you were into the paranormal. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and she proceeded to go, I the paranormal, and proceeded to tell me her best ghost story, her experience. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm out of the closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. I'm out of the broom closet. This is who I am. this is what I do. And I haven't looked back. I mean, I still have my production company, don't have time. I became the person to call because I am in Hollywood. I am legitimate. So if they needed a seance or a witch or a psychic or a medium or a house clearing, doing every show. And then Ghost Adventures, which is the one I've been doing for 9 years now, like 2 episodes a year with Zach and the guys,
Yeah.
basically 2 episodes a year for the last 9 years. So again, haven't looked back. So now I've got books out. I'm on the speaker tour, like we met at the soiree, and I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I wake up every day going, yay, yay, I was brave and said, okay. And I really, I just got back from Romania and Australia. And I'm like, this is so much better than doing shows for the HR department at Mattel.
It is, and it's probably, and it's more fulfilling because it's, I think people have such a preconceived notion about what you do. They think it's like all black arts and like
Yeah.
nothing good could come from it and all things like that. So I feel like you're like dispelling everything now
Yeah.
that you finally came out of the broom closet, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Out of the broom closet. And see, this is light. This is good. This is what's needed now.
Yes.
Because times are scary, and yes, witches are popular, and yes, it's partly because of Wicked, and TV has changed. Movies have made them not, we're not evil and green and whatever, though green's okay. But I mean, with even the craft and practical magic, and there's so many films now that are now starting more correctly portray witches and magic and things. So but it is the fastest growing religion in America because, number one, times are scary. Times have always been scary, but now we're times of scary in 24-hour media with Instagram and TikTok and news on every airport thing and so traditionally people would go back to their traditional religion, go back to church, go back to temple. That's not holding up for everybody. Some people are like, well, my church doesn't want me for whatever reason. So therefore the increase in alternative religions, again, witchcraft, paganism, new age, all the crystals, and but that's not even hitting for everybody. Some people are just, well, I'm scared, but I don't want this woo-woo stuff. I don't want spirituality or religion or magic. I just want to know if we get blown up by the aliens tomorrow that I'm not going to disappear. Those people are wanting to become paranormal investigators. That's why April's magazine is going to do so great, and we don't because they just want to know there's something more than they see on the scary TV. So they go on a ghost hunt, or they watch a ghosty TV show or read a magazine, and they discover, oh wow, this is real. And then they will often backdoor into a belief system, any belief that supports them. It's because, to me, your belief system is your truth to help you navigate this life, and then set up for whatever you decides comes next.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And now you touched upon some things I want to talk about, like crystals and manifestation. But I feel since we started talking about witches, let's deal with the controversial subject up front, witchcraft. So we all like, you're approving, as we've talked about so far, like it's not black and white and how it's been portrayed to be. So I want to know specifically, like, and like I talked about via email, is like, in some witchcraft, people even use Bible Psalms, to protect themselves, to cleanse themselves from negative energies, people, spirits, whatever it be. And then, of course, there's also dark witchcraft where, scary shit where people really try to do like hardcore harm. And I'm not talking like retaliation where, someone's sending you the moloch, so you want to return to sender. I'm talking like some
Right.
people just want to like fuck with someone for no reason.
Yeah.
So there's both forms. So there is, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, there is dark, there is light, and then there's like a gray area, which what would you define as each? And what
Okay.
would you define as having no consequences to having consequences?
Okay, magic is magic, and what you do with it. I believe to practice magic, you do have to have a good moral compass, moral code, not morality. Who does what with who care? A moral compass, a moral code. I do think you have to have integrity and virtue and ethics, because there is what you could call karma, or cause and effect, action and reaction. I choose only, I'm known as the good witch. I don't like white and black, because white, what does that mean? She's white. It's like weird. And I'm a big fan of Glenda. I have the big pink dress. I do. And I'm working on showing up in a bubble.
Ah,
Uh, but working on it. But I personally, it's not good or bad, live in heaven or hell. You have to live in the world you create. So if I send out love and healing and health and happiness. I have literally, and I can give you huge, lottery winning kind of thing. Believe you can get everything you want from positive magic without manipulating someone else. To me, a good love spell is, you want the love of your life? I'm going to bring you the love of your life. Happiness and respect and love and passion. You want Bob? I'm not going to give you Bob unless you ask Bob's permission. Now, if you have Bob's permission, you don't need it anyway.
Exactly.
Now, if it's supposed to, I would bring you the love of your life. If it's supposed to be Bob, guess what? Bob will show up. But to me, that's the line of good and bad. Here's a really good example of even how the karma work. And there's everywhere in the middle. But to me, it's not good or bad. Is you really have to live. Why I'm going to send out hexes and all this stuff, because now I'm in the world. I can get hex. It's the world I create.
That's
A good example is like, say the water is on the mountain and it runs down to the village. Happy village because you have water. You're building a big, awesome house on top of the mountain, but down a little ways. A negative spell might be building a dam and taking all that water. A dark witchcraft. I'm building a dam. I've got pipes. I'm taking the water. So you've got beautiful water features, but all of a sudden the village below doesn't have water. They're going to die, which that'll be on you, or they're going to come up and beat you up and kill you, which is the karmic. That's not good. But what if you built a little dam and you took all the water you want for your beautiful water features and made sure, because the universe always provides, that the village has all the water you want and everybody lives in harmony and there's no repercussion because you didn't kill off or have the villagers die. They didn't get retaliation. There's enough for everybody. Why send somebody bad curses? Send them love, and then they're going to leave you alone way more than if they're suffering in the corner somewhere because you hex them.
true. Now, where does protection magic come into this? Is
Oh,
that dark, or is this like, and let's start with the basics, like reversing or like return to sender type of deal.
yeah.
What?
Return to sender. What I do when we're out in the world, because again, artists, you work with artists, we're empaths, we feel things. So I really work with human people, living humans, versus getting into paranormal and ghosts and spirits and angels and demons. I work with a mirrored. I picture a mirror, because the mirror part is what's good. You could picture yourself in a cement egg or something, but a mirror, and you could practice it and see how powerful it is. Before you go out, I do a little breath thing. I'm surrounding myself with this beautiful mirror egg. Nothing bad gets in. It bounces right off. All the good stuff gets in, love and happiness. And I'm sitting in my little fluffy inside cloud mirror. But because you've made it mirror, if somebody is especially purposely throwing shade at you or jealousy or whatever, because it's mirror, they're subconsciously, they're going to see how ugly they look. They're going to see and they're going to kind of see subconsciously through that egg and see, wow, it didn't bother her or him at all. So they're not even going to get the payoff. So next time they don't throw so hard because it didn't affect you, and they saw how ugly they looked. And because it's mirror, it's going to bounce and get them a little tiny bit. It's like throwing shade, pulling your energy. I mean, and most curses aren't even real curses. Somebody flips you off on the highway. That's a little, makes everybody feel weird. That person who does it, angry, screw you, whatever. The person who gets it was like, well, it's a 2 millisecond thing, but it's everything causes everything. So, why not flip it? If I come like this, open hands, open heart, believe me, the world is so abundant to give you that. But yeah, you do need protection. Sometimes somebody is throwing you stuff. And if you need more than a mirrored egg around you, there's freezer spells. Throw it, the classic one, throw their name or a picture in a baggie, put it up with water, seal it, put them in the freezer. Now I say put them in a freezer with the intent that not to wish them bad, wish them anything, because guess what? Hate is an attachment. Just not caring about them is letting them go. So I just like that nothing, they cannot hurt me, my family, my career, my business, my reputation. I am freezing them out from doing anything to affect me. Everything else is their own karma. You're not going to get kickback.
What about vinegar spells? What do you think about that?
I don't use that much vinegar. I mean, it's good. The best place I would use vinegar if somebody doesn't want to use urine in their witch bottle. Because again, my favorite production thing is getting a little jar and creating a witch bottle, especially if you are magical in any form, whether you call yourself a witch or not. Get a little mason jar, old peanut butter jar, put moss and tumbleweeds and broken nails and shiny things that's going to attract a dark energy. Um, uh, just things that's glistening and this and that. And normally you would fill it up with your pee. You would pee in it. Some people get weird about that, or you don't have enough pee. I will put a vinegar in that. It's number one, both are disinfectants. And number two, it just works. I don't use a lot of vinegar. I don't need it. I mean, everything is your intent, but you can. But
It's
water
true.
is ocean. Water is the water is your connection.
That is true. So do you think like that as a form of protection where you're just trying to get someone and their negativity away from you is a form or and bounce it back as a form of dark magic, or would it be a gray protection area, or what would it be?
Yeah,
Neutral.
I think it's gray or just protection. If again, if you're saying you cannot hurt me, that's completely defensive. Not if you cannot hurt me, we create our own world. Let them create their world. Um, you cannot hurt me, my family, my home, my animals, my pets, my reputation, my everything else. You leave them alone. There's no kickback. I think that's positive, just defensive magic. You
Okay.
and there is gray areas like, okay, I really want Bob, like I'm not going to bring Bob to you, but let's do some door openers for Bob. Let's put a spotlight on you. Well, let's put a spotlight. So, or whoever, like, so that we're doing a little bit of manipulation. But remember, you manipulate, then you get to be manipulated, the cause and effect.
That is
Right.
true. I'll even share like a personal story. I'm being real open today. So there was someone that like was interested in like I had a relationship that started off really high, and it was very we were it was very we were traveling a lot, we were having sex every day, we were out to dinner every night, and it was at a time in my life where I was really lonely and I didn't like being alone and I needed it and it was intoxicating. But I almost feel like the person was a narcissist because they did a lot to pull me in, and right after they pulled me in, they started flipping. So it started fucking with my head, and then I had never really done anything like this before, but then I started doing specific stuff to try to get that. Like I felt like, no, no, I want to go back to how we were. So I was doing specific love work, and I felt like all it did was kind of make me go crazy because then after we broke up, I was had the worst anxiety ever, and I just feel like it backfired on me. So because it's manipulation and in hindsight, I was trying to like get a narcissist to stay with me who, after they pulled me in, they were treating me like shit. So I don't even know why I was trying. You know what I mean? But
Silly humans are silly. The next, yeah, because again, I've had more people who had people who will do, okay, we'll bring you Bob or whatever, and then take it away, my God, he is a narcissist or he is whatever. Next time you want to get over somebody, get a floating candle. Remember, we're going into those candles you could buy at Michael's, you could buy anywhere. They make bigger than this. Anything you want to release, right? The pain, anger, betrayal, the name, Bob, Fred, Jane, whatever. Write it. Get your prettiest bowl out of the cupboard. Fill it up with water. Remember, water is the Abzul, the waters of forgetfulness. Water is 60 some percent of our body. Water is emotion. Get your bowl out, float it in the water, and you will cut those painful cords. You're not doing anything to them. You're releasing it from you. So even if it won't even change if you're going to get back together or not, but you release your pain and the anger and the sadness and the hurt.
that's
Floating.
good tip.
Yeah.
So that experience taught me manipulative magic to try to get someone to stay with you or be with you is not a good
Never
idea.
works. It never works.
And it's
It
just some
works and it backfires.
I think some people think because it's love, it's not black magic. But you want to explain why it is because it is manipulation and it could like allow you to basically manipulate it like a bow and you know what I mean? Like bounce back comes back type of deal, right?
That's science. That's cause and effect, action and reaction. You live in the world you create. So if you're manipulating that person, do you want it as that person or somebody you didn't like manipulated you? You wouldn't really like, that becomes the obsessive relationships. I don't even think they're cute. I don't like them. I don't like their personality, and I'm obsessed with them. That becomes the stalker hanging outside your bushes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so interesting. And I feel like it's good to touch upon that because I think people think love magic can't be dark, but
No, it's the trickiest. Again, well, don't you really want the perfect love and do love magic for that? And if it's that person you're thinking of, guess what? It will work on them. But you want the perfect love, not the what you think you want most of the time.
yeah, that is so true. That's so true. And then as far as the protection stuff goes, if you're just doing stuff to bounce off anything sent to you, you don't think that's dark magic either. You think that's more of
Not at all. That's for defensive magic. That is great. And I protect my house. Again, we have the little witch's bottle. My favorite sigil or symbol, it's a rune. It's an eight-sided cross. It's called the Helm of Awe, AWE. I went on TV and I'm going in these scary places. I always wear it, and they're easy to find little medallions now since all the Game of Thrones and Viking shows are on. They used to be hard. I have, do I have one right here? I don't think I do. You could draw it in 2 seconds. I do. I have one right. I literally have, you draw it like this. Most protective symbol I know. I have it. You could put it, if you have an active mirror, because mirrors call in ghosts, they're active. You have two face. Put this on the mirror on the back on a post-it, or draw it with your finger with Windex and wipe it off. It closes your mirror. I literally have this on a little post-it under my welcome mat at my home, and it keeps away dark spirits and burglars. You could
wow,
draw it in 2 seconds. It's amazing.
good tips.
You have
Good.
to do protection method, yeah, and keep your house clean, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny. April told me that you had told her about dragons being a really powerful symbol. And I bought this from Karma and Luck dragon crystal bracelet.
Beautiful. Did she tell you how to charge a dragon?
No, but you want to explain how and why dragons are a powerful symbol and how they could help us.
Okay, dragons, everybody needs a dragon now. They've been around forever. Every culture, the Chinese dragon, the medieval dragon. Think about whether you believe they're fire-breathing beasts or not, it doesn't matter. It's the energy of dragon. If you think about angels, the angelic realm, it's up here. Angels are beautiful. They do two things: enlighten and protect. They're not going to help you find that lover or a good job. I mean, that's not their job, because they're dextral. All they could do is all things holy. They don't have a sinstral side. Sinstral means shift and change. The word sin comes from sinstral, but not in the Judeo-Christian way it means. Dragons can fly from heaven to earth, and therefore they live at the crossroads. The crossroads is where magic happens, just like in witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo. Oh, take it to the crossroads. Because think about it. Say you're on a one-way road. You go this way, you turn around and you go this way. You turn around and go this way. That all of a sudden you get to an intersection, you have options and choices and these are crossroads animals. So it'll be hard to do with a bracelet. So I would get yourself a little toy. I can't tell you how many like A-list movie stars, sports stars have this little dragon next to their bed or on their altar, or a little dragon. Get a fancier one, get a stone one, a crystal one. You're going to create, again, your own working partner, like it's like a spirit guide, but it's a worker bee. So get yourself a little dragon, because you're going to have to feed it. They don't eat, but they drink a lot. Get yourself a little dragon, any kind of a little that you could put a glass of water under it, a little thimble full of water, the lid of a water bottle. So give it a name, he, she, it, gender fluid. We're going to go with Puff. You're Puff the Magic Dragon. Give it a job. Everybody likes to have a job and a purpose. You're going to be my personal assistant, because who doesn't need one? You're Puff the Magic Dragon. You're my personal assistant. You give me a long, happy life filled with love and travel and success, fame, fortune, health, whatever you want. And then, as I like to give end dates, because you are creating, it's a fetish, not like tickle your feet fetish, a fetish meaning a real living entity out of an inanimate object, a spirit. We create, in Hebrew, it's a golem, an egregore, a servitor, every belief system. We create the lucky bamboo plant or the cat over the thing. We create spirit. So I say, you're my Puff the Magic Dragon until I pass from this life, or I don't want you anymore. I don't need you. If you throw it in a drawer, he doesn't live there. He just dissipates. Then, as in every great creation story, you literally breathe life into his mouth, her mouth. Remember your breath. Whenever you could speak out loud, because spirit will hear you in your head. But when you speak out loud, that's your breath. That's your pneuma. That's your life force. And sound, we know, is magic. Look at all the science and they're coming up. Every sound, love, happiness, protection. It's every vowel, every consonant. Plus the moisture in your breath, how you fog up a mirror, the moisture in your breath is your free will. That's why some cultures spit like, oh, pretty baby. You don't have to spit though, but your breath into your dragon. And then you have your dragon, you form it, and then you talk to it every day. Like, I have a headache today, make it go away. I have no energy. I was up all night partying, whatever that is. I have no money. Give me a raise, give me a job. And you feed it. Again, a little lid off of anything, water, whiskey, whatever. They will drink faster when give them a hard job versus an easy job. They will drink faster. Now, of course, a skeptic will say, oh, that's evaporation. But I had 3 dragons, 3 of the exact same little thimbles, 3 of the exact same liquid. 1 drank it in an hour, 1 in a day, and 1 in a week. Evaporation doesn't work like that. They are a game changer. I'm supposed to have been dead a long time ago. I was told I'd be dead by 50 or in a wheelchair. If not, I had health issues. I was a victim between 15 and 30. At 30, I said, screw it. I'm not going to get sick anymore. I haven't been sick since. So at 50, instead of being dead or in a wheelchair as promised, I beat 100,000 people to do the TV show Wipeout, the world's hardest obstacle course. And then to prove that we could do anything getting into spell, I want to say, I can't cook. I'm going to cook for Gordon Ramsay. Between my dragon and my spell casting, I'm on MasterChef season 3. And then I wanted to prove I have none of that kind of a talent. I'm going to get on America's Got Talent. Next thing I know, I'm rolling around on the floor with Howie Mandel, making a fool of myself fabulously. But since I have been teaching people dragons, I've seen them stop abusive relationships, because woman gets in a relationship, she's stuck, it happens, children, money issues. He abused her a certain way every day. Nothing she could do or say would make him stop. She charged her dragon. She took it home. He did it again. But she realized she hadn't told her dragon, it's not your spirit guide. It's not a god. It didn't know she didn't like her. He's never touched her badly again. My probably most known one is LA Dodgers. And these aren't somebody who'd come see a witch, come see a medium. These are a sports team and LA Talk Radio. The Dodgers had won like 20 games in a row. And then Sports Illustrated magazine did this thing, guy, best team ever, and put them on the cover. They tanked. They lost like 20 games in a row. And sports people don't use the word spiritual or religious. They use the word superstitious. It's the superstitious. It's the Sports Illustrated curse. Somewhere along the line, probably self-created, somebody tanked and the curse was born. So we literally did my lemon on crossing spell in my book. We charged a little blue dragon and they won 1-1, got to the playoffs, won the World Series. So we made LA news. Here we are chanting to the dragon. We made ESPN national, but it was funny. It's like, okay, well, here's the crazy people in Los Angeles, but it worked.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the most amazing one is like, say if you like to travel, you could leave it home and say, okay, dragon, you're not going to eat, you're not going to drink this week, but I'll be back. Take care of my home. Or take it with you to anybody else. It's a little toy. But this one girl left at home, said, take care of my family at home and take me and girls weekend in Vegas. The second day of a concert, she grabbed her 2 girlfriends and said, my dragon said we have to leave now. And they're like, what are you, crazy? Whoever's on stage, what we paid for these tickets. What do you mean you have a dragon? She dragged them out. Seconds later, the massacre at Mandalay Bay, where the guy fishbowled an automatic weapon into the crowd right where they were standing. Her dragon had a voice, said, leave now. And she grabbed. So your dragon might have an outside voice, like they come from Jersey, or it might be an inner knowing. I need to call my mom. I need to turn left here. I need to get home early. You get to create your dragon, but they're worker bees. They're these beautiful little servitors. They don't have to be fancy. Obviously, this costs under $1, but you can get a fancy one. And then your bracelet can help represent it for you. The game changer in everything in life, success, health, happiness.
That's so interesting. And that kind of leads to my next question. So I'm going to give like a couple of topics, and if you could give like a quick, maybe magic way to go about it, that works and that's not dark, really. Um, Cleansing, health improvement, money improvement, love improvement, protection, those five areas. Is there something you
Okay.
can give for each?
Yes. Cleansing. Sage is too harsh for most of the time. Don't use sage unless it's really bad, because sage gets rid of everything, the love, the happiness, not just the dark energy or anger or sadness. Use Palo Santo wood. Make sure when you're cleansing, go counterclockwise unless you're below the equator. In Australia, you go opposite. These are magnetics, it's science. So if you're walking around your dining table with your hitting hands together, hit broom, pushing bad energy out, whether it's ghosts or just illness or anger, push it out, and then it'll feel bigger. Now go clockwise, fill it up with what you want. Burn some frankincense, some myrrh, some sandalwood, ring a sweet bell, bringing in love. And what comes in the front door? Only people I invite in. What comes in that window? Fresh air, inspiration, creativity. What do you want in your bedroom? Great intimacy, great sleep, room after room. Put in colors, put in scents, and you'll fill it up that there's not room for the negative stuff to get back in. It stays clear longer. So cleansing was one. What was number two? Health.
Is there like a physical cleanse you should do as part of cleansing too? Like, I don't know, holy water, Florida, whatever.
Florida water is great. Holy water is great if you are Catholic or believe in holy water, or it will work anyway. It'll work better if you stay within your belief system. Florida water works for everybody, the beautiful, cheap perfume. My favorite thing of cleansing is a white bath. So in anything, old Southern conjure, put in some salt for cleansing. We all like a salt. Put in some sugar to sweeten things up a little bit. Put a little bit of milk in for nurturing. Maybe you have some white flowers. I work a lot with eggshell, cascarilla. It looks like talcum, but it's ground up eggshells. It's so inexpensive. It's so healing. Been used in rub an egg on your body to cleanse. It pulls out the negativity. Like if you have something bad in your house, put a raw egg in the shell on some salt, and anything negative is going to go for that, not your dog, not you.
Interesting. Wow. Good techniques. Because I know some people are, or from what I've read and heard, some people are OCD about it in terms of like the washes and cleanses. But
If you
it,
want to be OCD, then do it, but you don't need to unless you think you need to. Then you need to.
and then
We Perception is everything.
and then the other ones were like health, love, and money, like health
Okay.
improvement.
Okay. Health again, take care of yourself, of course. Because and try not to focus. I was supposed to be long dead. I had a tumor. I had 5 fractures of back, every kind of carcinogen, and I am not getting sick anymore. If you think you're starting to get sick, just release it. Go do a white bath. Go take a walk. Release it into nature. And then don't focus on it. Where you put your focus is where you live. So not like my little finger is my little finger, then your hands. Just like instead of thinking about this, think how good this little finger. And then that's where you put your, like that, 2 wolves at your door. Which wolf lives? Feed the good wolf. Of course, go to the doctors. I went to the doctors. I didn't negate medical health care or alternative. Do everything and anything you can, but just release it. We buy into this stuff. I had a million doctors telling me I wasn't going to make it. And I just decided I was smarter than them because this is my body. And I was right. I was right. So health, it's attitude and belief system and faith. Faith in whatever you believe in. If it's your religion, faith in that. If it's yourself, if it's your dragon, if it's your angels, if it's your Louboutin shoes, whatever. Faith.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't know if there was like.
Drink lots of water. Oh, and water. I have a technique in my book about dream school. You could have it pain water, it'll move out the pain. You could have insomnia water, take it out. Dream school, you can communicate, but charge your water with that. We need to drink a lot of water. We know that, but make it, whether you get fancy water or plain old tap water, science is proving, like all those experiments, like if you say angry words, it changes the molecular structure.
Yes,
You say happy.
I read that. Yeah.
Fill up your water and then just put, this is making me healthy and strong and hydrated and everything you want from him. And it works. Science is getting there with all the quantum sciences and what spirituality is known for faith forever. So health, just take care of yourself, work out, walk if nothing else, drink lots of water, get in nature, and believe it's time to be healthy. I've seen, besides my own miracle, I've seen miracles every day. You just have to, and whether it's somebody goes to church and get it because that's what works for them, or I've been along the side of a freeway having a girl on the way to her cancer doctor, and the cancer wasn't there by the time she got there.
Wow. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that's good because I didn't know if there was like a certain candle or a talisman for health or anything like that.
There's a million. Create your own. I like it a lot with sigils. Healing, white candles work for everything in purity. Healing is often green, getting a heart chakra thing. But whatever your truth is going to be, whatever truth, like red is passion and pink is love, and blue is spirituality and green or gold is money. That is all true. That's what they have. But if for you purple is money, then do a purple candle. My best money thing, the thing that I've been doing again for decades and has never failed me. I have a dollar spell. It costs you $1. Don't let anybody take a bunch of money from you. Oh God, those shysters.
There's a
But
lot of charlatans out there. Good point. That will say like you need to give them X amount of money. There have been many like Unsolved Mysteries true crime episodes about this where they suck vulnerable people in. They ask for thousands of dollars to remove a curse or spell or to get with their man or to get the money they desire, all of that. So I'm glad you're putting that. So that's bullshit, basically.
run. Always check references. Go with referrals. Go on Yelp or whatever. Look, because you'll be amazed what you can find. They took, and if somebody, number the one, whether you're seeing something, if they want to, if they're fear based, they want you afraid, or they want you come back, run. A good medium, psychic, soothsayer, whatever, should leave you empowered with ways for you to get out of it. Not an upsell, not you need to do this. Now you need to, my dollar spell, literally get it. If you, it is a federal offense because to destroy money, but you won't get in trouble unless you go to the government and try to get it replaced. But if you really have to use monopoly money, but real money works, get a dollar spell, set up sacred space. I'll give you the fast version, but there's a long version on my website. Think about everything first off that's in the way of you having money. Oh, I didn't give a college degree, or made up or real, it doesn't matter, they're equal. My family comes from a struggle, I don't have money, whatever that is, I'm in debt. If you see what's in the way of that, where that hits you in your body, write it down and burn the hell out of it over your sink. Just let go of it. And then you're going to feel you have a bunch of room right in your body. Then get yourself a nice crispy dollar bill, preferably real, but if not, that's okay. Write everything that you want. Now with passion, I will light incense and candles and all sorts of things. Write what you want. It could be paid off college debt, new car, computer, million, whatever that is. Stay just above your reality. Like if you don't believe you could be a billionaire by tomorrow, ask for 100,000, ask for whatever that is. Stay just so you're not one little successes do bigger than one big failure. If you don't believe you could be Bill Gates or whatever. That's why I'm so successful at spell casting, the stair stepping. But on the dollar, what if you have problems with money? Say a new computer, whatever that is. Write it on the now with the dollar bill. Now something you want, roll it like you're rolling a joint. Roll it towards you. If you were getting rid of something, you would roll it away from you. Light it on fire. Money here, money now, money come to me, money here, money now, money so it be, money here, feel it in every cell of your body. You're watching that smoke waft off into the heavens. You're watching that dollar bill burn, feel it. I have never done it and not got a bandfall. Not everybody I know has just like, it works. Just wait and work. Again, I gave you the world's fastest little version of it, but it's in my book and it's on my website.
That's good. So for you take that what's holding you back on a dollar bill or a
No,
piece.
what's holding you back, you just burn up. Either well, I like to burn things. I don't think that's on my website. Just or let it go. /X.
That's
Okay, I'm not smart enough. You have to get rid of all the reasons that are in the way of you having the money.
yeah, like you write it down on a piece of paper, burn it, and then you do the dollar spell roll.
Now you get a dollar bill with everything you want. And I
burn it.
stole it and write with passion. Any kind of magic, any kind of spell, your passion fuels it, doubt kills it. So you got to see yourself having that new car. You got to see yourself on that vacation. You got to see yourself, whatever that. You could use some different oils. You could do different incenses. You could do different sigils and symbols. I do all of the above. As complex or simple as you want. It's in your passion.
Wow. Okay. And then you burn it and
Burn it.
meditate. Yeah.
Burn it. And those ashes actually, You can let them go and throw them away when they're done. Those ashes, sometimes those are powerful, positive ashes. You might want to save those and put those in a little mojo bag later, or roll another candle in the future in it. Now, that if you have ashes from the negative stuff you burn off, you don't want to keep those. That I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm too fat, whatever that, you don't want to save those ashes. But sometimes good ashes, like, you could use a second time.
Now, what about for love? What's a good love to manifest your desire, technique, spell,
Uh,
whatever it be?
I have lots of things. Love in everything you do. Put love in your life. Number one, make sure there's room for love in your home. Is there room for somebody else's clothes in your drawer, a toothpaste, a toothbrush? Room in your time in your life. Have you filled your life up so much that there's not room? You have to go out and get it. I love in the kitchen. Cinnamon is passion, will bring in love. Put cinnamon in your coffee, put cinnamon. Just make sure you're stirring clockwise, putting love into something. Basil is really good to soften things. Apples really are a love food. Let's go back to whatever. Tomatoes are a love food. Anything red is going to bring in love and passion. Again, if you're making your lasagna, put love into every ingredient. You're doing love magic with everything you do. And you're taking a shower. If you use bar soap, carve a heart into it, like, or a dollar sign if it's money. Even when it wears out, you're putting your intent. So it's not just a regular bath, it's a love bath. It's Sharpie on the outside of your shampoo, and you're doing a love and health and happiness shampoo. Everything, you inundate yourself with love. Guess what you do? You get love.
Wow, that's good. What do you think about pheromones?
Pheromones are great. That's the science part. Yes, my best friend is Patti Stanger, the millionaire matchmaker. She has, I think it's called Matchmaker Cologne. One for men, one for women. I think she has straight, gay, everything, gay, straight, everything in the middle, gender fluid, that's just using the science of pheromones. Of course that works. That's attraction.
Interesting. Okay. And Art, what do you think about love candles, or do you think that's more of a gimmick?
No, love candles are great because candles, you're working all the elements. Again, leading whatever color means best to you. Pink is going to be more love, red's going to be more passion, white works for everything. If you're using candle, carve love, happiness, joy, respect, great sex, whatever into it. If you're using one of those glass candles, Sharpie on the outside, Sharpie, of the love of my life. My love is here. Try to make it into the current, not the. When you light a candle, do it with passion. What you do, don't ever snuff a magical candle. You don't want to blow it out. You want it to go out naturally. If you have to put it out, snuff it, wet your finger, or use a candle snuffer, or a plate over to take away the oxygen. Never snuff a working ritual candle. You can snuff, decorative candles or birthday candles. And I have one in my book that's two candles getting closer and closer and closer. My favorite love spell is the easiest. It's catnip. Catnip calls in love and cats. It's a great herb. Make a mix. Put a bunch of cinnamon overnight. Cinnamon, and catnip, and I warm it up a little, mix it up overnight, put it in a spray bottle for 21 days. Spray your front porch if you have a welcome mat or something, or be creative if you have an indoor apartment. For 21 days, spray or sprinkle this mixture in the shape either of a heart or a crescent moon, and it'll bring your love, and sometimes cats.
Wow, all in like a little baggie? Like
I do it in a spray bottle or a sprinkle bottle, sprinkle it on, because you've strained it now. You've gotten rid of the catnip, and it's just the juice that's left.
okay, interesting. That is interesting. And then
Oh, it's
finally,
easy.
uh protection.
Protection, again, there's a million things. Like that helm of awe is my favorite thing to do. I have protection underwear. I have a line called Patty's Power Panties, but it has that sigil on it. Make your own. I have love panties, I have passion panties, I have dragon pant. I've been doing it with movie stars for over 20 years. Wear this color blue and picture this sigil or this symbol. Do this, say this little 30-second charm or chant or prayer, whatever you want to call it. I have a whole yoga line of clothes of things, but for protection, if you need a lot, like I said, make sure your house is cleaned and protection. Get a witch's bottle. Hanging crystals. Again, if we're protecting from energies and spirits, or we're protecting from people, I'd say protect from both. A black and white stone in every corner of your room is really great. The white stones will bring in the positive. The black stones pull away negativity. If you wear crystals, any black stone helps dispel negativity. Black tourmaline is my favorite because it can get rid of negativity and bring in positivity.
Interesting. That's very, now speaking of crystals, so you do have like your favorites that you feel like some work more than others.
Well, I think they have different jobs. Like you wear
Yeah.
your dressy outfit for dressy and you wear your workout outfit for workout. Crystals have different attributes. Plus, we charge them with a clear quartz crystal can be charged for anything, almost like a computer. Getting into the rose quartzes and amps, bringing in love. The darker crystals, there's ones that are good for thinking straight. There's ones for good for health, good for your belly. That's really easy to research. So do your research and look. Oh, Larimar is good for that. Oh, Tiger's Eye is good for that. Oh, this is good for money. And truth, like green stones are good for money, gold stones are good for money, pink and red, there's something truth to the color. But if you're in a crystal store and you're seeing these layers, these little crystals, your truth is going to be just as important as the real truth. So I think like, well, this purple stone, it means money to me, then get the purple stone.
So interesting. So yeah, because there's crystals for everything now. And do you believe in like charging it, talking to it? Some people like there's so much out there about crystals. So I'm curious from your perspective, like do you believe in writing down something and putting a crystal over it, carrying a crystal on you? Like there's a lot
And
that
any and all of the above. Yeah. I use crystals a lot in little mojo bags. I have a big tray of crystals on my dining room table. I work. Okay, this is selenite. This is going to keep this clean. So I have a selenite wand over here. The different attributes. You clean them once in a while, either under moonlight or smudge them with some Palo Santo or some nice incense every once in a while. Charge them, give them specific jobs. Okay, you are my love rose quartz and help bring me love. Again, they are living spirits. Crystals are living spirits. I'm an animist. Everything has a spirit.
wow, okay. Yeah, I'm very into crystals. I believe in them and they really have grown in popularity only recently. Um, so that's good to know. So you treat it like it's your manifestation buddy, basically.
Yeah, it's your manifest. It's a tool to help you manifest and help you focus. I'm a big believer of that mind, body, spirit. Of 20,000 books are written about it. Self-help books, spirituality books, magic books, psychology book. Mind. We will never surpass our belief system. If you don't think you could do something, you're not going to do it. If you think you could conquer the world, that's the people that do. Mind. You have to believe it and think you deserve it and are worth it. That you can have it. And body, you got to get off the couch and take action, right? You want to get healthy, you got to get off the couch. Spirit, that's the least tangible. People don't get that. Spirit is like, you do it by going to church, going to temple. You could do it vision boards and affirmations, the new age way. You could do what I do, candles and herbs and oils. Oh my. But you could look at everything you've manifest, which is a lot, Will, in your life. You've believed you could do it and that you deserved it. Mind, body, you've gotten off the couch and taken action towards it. And you had some sort of spirit or faith or magic behind it. The stuff we haven't quite accomplished, one or two of those things need tweaking. Oh, you don't really believe it, or you haven't taken action towards it, or you just haven't had that battery power, the spirit towards it. And in witchcraft, I use instead of mind, body, spirit of psychology, I'll use creation, working, dispatch. Creation. Okay, I'm going to do a love spell. Oh, I should do it on Friday. That's the day of love. That's the day of Venus. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use some rose petals, highest vibration. Those are the flowers of love. Oh, I'm going to do a white bath with some rose petals, a little bit of lavender for softness. Okay, I'm going to, you just create. That's the mind. The body is your doing it, you're bathing, you're carving your candle, and the spirit is that dispatch that the magic you're putting into it, sending it to the universe.
Wow. Okay. Thanks.
Whether you talk in science terms, academic terms, mystical terms, religious terms, it's the same
We covered a lot
process.
about different magic techniques and crystals. Or I'm sorry, certain witchcraft techniques and crystals, but moving more into manifestation, what are some of your absolute favorite manifestation techniques or little secrets maybe that you could give?
It really is going back to what I just said, the mind, body, spirit. If you have that, you've got it. If you have that, you've got it. Yes, do the tools. Yes, do a candle remind you. Yes, do a vision board to remind you. I like working with breath. I like chanting. I like working with sound, again, and science is catching up with that. Uh,
Frequencies.
I like putting something, I like talking to my dragon, the best manifester out there. Bring me love, bring me a new job, bring me a gig, bring me a TV show, bring me whatever that is. They do. Manifest magnet.
Wow, good, good. A lot of stuff that people should be taking notes on.
That's why my weekly podcast, this is what I talk about every week with amazing guests from all over the world, experts in their field and all different fields, not all witches by any means.
Now, in terms of belief systems, how could we connect with like our angels or ancestors, or maybe we had a loved one that died and they crossed over? Is there any way that people could connect to them in this realm, to see if they could help them on Earth?
Number one, in desire, intention that you want to is to. It's getting that left. I talk a lot left brain, that left chatty left brain. You've got to get out of the way, that right creative, intuitive, artistic brain. If it's a picture of your ancestors, you want to get a picture of grandma or grandpa out, light a candle, do some breathing exercises, focus on them, and then just trust that any thoughts that you get, you don't have to see the manifestation of grandma or grandpa the first time. Just like, wow, I feel this. And more than anything, it's just trusting that, like, wow, I feel grandma behind me. You don't want that left brain. Oh, that doesn't make sense. That can't be her. Somebody just opened the window. That was you. Shush that. Don't analyze it. If you want to analyze it, wait 2 hours. In 2 hours, you can. Okay, that was just indigestion, not grandma. In that moment, just say yes. Just say yes. Again, I do a lot with meditations, even short meditations. Light a candle. Okay, grandma, if you're here, make the candle flicker. And the candle flickers. Make the flame bigger. Make the incense waft to the right, waft to the left. Ask them for little things. And my best thing is again, the best way to get your logical left brain out of the way is to do all this work while you're asleep. My technique of dream school, putting a glass of water, again, it's in my book, by the side of your bed, and charging it with, okay, I want to talk to grandma or grandpa or the kid who died in school when I was young, or I want to meet my spirit guides or my spirit animals, or I want to know what outfit to wear tomorrow. It's like you're literally giving the universe permission to download you while you're asleep in the chatty left brain. It'll come in dreams or just downloads. If you have a set time you get up in the morning, set your alarm for 10 minutes before. Like, I get up at 7, at 10 to 7, set your alarm. I have to get up. Oh no, I don't have to get up. Ask the question of the day, or give me clarity, focus, and direction for today. Go back to sleep. You're still in a different brainwave state. When your real alarm goes off in 10 minutes, guess what? You'll have clarity, focus, and direction. Grab a pencil, grab a pen, write down any dreams, thoughts, emotions. If you don't know what to write, don't censor yourself. Write down, this is stupid. Patty doesn't know what she's talking about. Here's my shopping list. But you'll be surprised at what comes out. And then throw out the water. Don't drink open water by your bed because it collects everything. That's why it tastes so bad in the morning. If you have water by your bed, have it sealed. But your dream water or your pain water, insomnia water, have that open in a glass. And you will start really working and meeting your spirit guides in dream time.
Would you recommend talking to the water right before you go to sleep?
Talk to the water, put your intention into it and out loud whenever possible. Again, because then your breath is involved. If you can't speak out loud because your partner is asleep and they'll think you're crazy, then you could speak it in your head, but speak it out loud whenever you can.
How much credence and credibility do you give astrology, numerology, and like the Lunar New Year?
I love it all. I'm not an astrologer, a numerologist. I'm all about the moon, more in the daily, weekly moon cycles. I think it's too left brain for me. I'm a Libra with a Sag rising. What? How many degrees?
I'm a Sag rising too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I have beautiful friends who are really good in many forms of astrology and Basi astrology and regular and numerology. And more than planets, I follow literal moon cycles because we are 60-some% water. We are
Yeah.
affected by the water. So it's not just like everybody says the crazy full moon. It's if every full moon, if you get outside and ask for what you want, you're going to get it. Number one, being gratitude. Thank you for everything that I have. Thank you for my beautiful 2-bedroom apartment. Thank you for my boyfriend or girlfriend. Thank you. Thank you. And also ask for, thank you for my 2-bedroom apartment. I want a 3-bedroom apartment. I want whatever that is. Whoever you're asking, God, the universe, your higher self, your guides. The next 2 weeks while the moon is waning, wake up if you do that. Dreams in the morning, release what's not serving you. That's the time to go on a diet. That's the time to quit smoking. That's the time to not be so hard on yourself and overthink. Is the 2 weeks the moon's waning. It's written on every cell phone. It's written on every paper calendar. Waning moon, release, release, release. You are tapping into your tides, your 60% water. When you get down to the new moon, the dark moon, that's the time to go inside. What do I want now? Whether you do a big old meditation or just not what did I want last month? What do I want now? Just inner work, whether it's 30 seconds. The next 2 weeks while the moon is waxing or getting bigger, add into your life. That's when you ask for a raise. Eat more vegetables, whatever it is, take more walks, work out. No matter where you start in the cycle, 2 weeks of adding, 2 weeks of releasing, the celebration and ask on the full moon, the release and going in. No matter where you start in the cycle, within weeks of doing it, you will notice the good stuff in your life gets better faster with the grace and ease of the moon, and the not good or bad, but what's no longer serving you falls away with the grace and ease of the moon.
Wow. Okay. And throughout this interview, you've made a good point about working with water and working with the moons because our bodies are majority water. So if anything, that's really the route to go. So
Yeah.
there's a
Water's
lot.
magic.
Yeah, a
And we're
lot.
water. We're 60 something percent water.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Um, wow, lots of good tidbits.
I talk a lot. I teach.
What do you think when it comes, there are so many misconceptions when it comes to like witchcraft and manifestation and what have you. Um, but there's also so much positive. So what do you think is, regardless as to what religion someone is, what do you think is the most important thing, more than anything else, someone could do to manifest their desires or to make something happen that they might have failed at before?
Wake up, be aware, awareness. Know what you want. Look at things. Take stock in things. We go through life, and society does that. Numb us out. Too much blasting, too much here, like what Vegas does, but everything does it. Billboard. You don't want to be phoned in, by rote, asleep at the wheel, automatic pilot. None of that is going to get you what you want or where you want to be. That's the robot we walk around like. I go to work, I come home, I walk the dog, I do this, I go on a date. All of a sudden, no, this isn't working. I want this, I want more of that. Stepping into it. Wake up.
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was curious. Actually, this question keeps slipping. Sage. You said something very important about sage, and sage has become so popular now. Everyone thinks they should sage not just like homes and things like that, but their car, their body, to cleanse themselves. One, do you think that is good to do from time to time? And two, different sages are being marketed. Like I've seen black sage to get rid of negative energy, blue sage to get rid of anxiety, frankincense sage, which I think frankincense sage is actually a really good form of sage. But what do you think about all these different sage components? And do you think sage is too strong, that it eliminates good and bad?
Yeah, I think most of the time, unless you're sitting with something such a dark entity, because to me, and I think this is just marketing, this is the new age, that's what comes with it. It's not going to hurt you, but again, it's your intent. And I think, and I know a lot of Native Americans we've misused it, we've incorrectly used it. It's not being sustainably grown correctly anymore. It's because it's become that. So get your nice little stick of Palo Santo wood. One stick will last you months. You just light it, get the smoke off it. It's the holy wood. But sage, again, and if you are going to use it, cleanse it. It is so harsh. If you're saging your house or your car, you're getting rid of, yeah, the dark and the this, but you're getting rid of the love and the happiness and the joy and the creativity. And it's almost so harsh that it's like you're creating a vacuum. It's like you're dusting your house and then leaving the doors and windows open in a dust storm. You don't know what you're going to pull back in. The same thing, something different or something worse. So whether you do use it or not, then fill it back up with a frankincense, a myrrh, something, a sweet grass, something that means working with dragon's blood, something that fills back the love, the light, the joy, the success, the health that you want. Don't
You
just
think
clean it.
if you are going to work with sage, a frankincense sage is the best sage.
Well, Frank, if what you want the attributes that are in frankincense, I don't know what's in blue sage. To me, I've never even heard of that. And it might be a marketing thing or it might be something wonderful. I don't know. Frankincense is it's a one of the holy herbs. Go back to frankincense and myrrh. It's a holy herb, so it probably counteracts the harshness of the sage. And I do a lot. I like personally separating here. Now I'm going to cleanse and now I'm going to fill, but I do like mixtures. Sweetgrass is really nice. Cedar is class. Rosemary is nice. There's so many beautiful things working with nature that you can dry and burn, and just be careful that you don't create a vacuum and suck all your love out of your house or your car.
That's important for people to know because people think that people are staging for everything these days. So would you say Palo Santo is like the best method? Do you think that Palo Santo is really like a way in which you could get rid of all the negative without losing the positive?
Yeah, that is my go-to. Now, if somebody's going to have an else different opinion, but my opinion is pretty popular right now, especially with practitioners who've been doing it for a long time. Is pretty much the same sentiment I have. It's the newbies going sage and all this. Like we've pulled back on sage the last couple of decades. It just it's harsh. I mean, every once in a while, I have it. I use it maybe once a year, but I clear crazy dark stuff sometimes if we're getting into really dark spirits, demonic or not dark spirits. But don't sage if you're going on a ghost hunt. That's dumb. Don't sage if you're trying to do a seance or mediumship. That's dumb. It's go away. Now, where'd you go? Come back. No, don't sage.
Wow, that's good. Important stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And go and there's so much information. When I started, there wasn't witch talk and in
Yeah.
Instagram. Again, and some of that is beautiful. Some of it is a little naive and some of it's completely wrong. But the best thing to develop is your own intuition. If it feels a little off, maybe it's not your truth, even if it's theirs. Find your truth and you'll never go wrong.
What are certain ways that you feel like we could develop our intuition further? And moreover, how do you deal with so many charlatans in the field?
Well, I've warned people. I have so many fake me's. I mean, I even have a deep fake, somebody talking that's not me talking, saying, trust me. And I'm like, so I always say, like, I will never contact you. I will never solicit you. If you want something, you come to me, go to my website, not DMs. And that sadly happens with people in my profession. Check them out. Go to Yelp, go to Google, go really, especially if they're street corner ones. I think you're going to have better luck not on the street corner psychic. You'll have better luck at a metaphysical store of any ilk because those are people who work there. The metaphysical store or the cult store is going to hire better readers as a rule because their customers are not your street corner, $5 thing that's going to just do an upsell anyway, on that. So check them out. And again, if they're trying to control you or they're fear-based, run. And if they go right into curses and family curses, run. 99.9% of all curses are not. It's just you had a little bit of bad luck or this or that. And if you do have a curse, it's going to cost you 1 lemon and some salt. Do a lemon uncrossing spell. I have it free on my website. I have it in my book. It's Old Southern Conjure, sour spell to sour fruit. You must go there because that's your suit. Into this lemon, ever bound, all cures, all ills with salt. You cut the lemon, you salt the hell out of the lemon, you let it dry. All the negativity, whether it's real curses, self-created, bad luck goes into it. Burn it or bury it. It's gone. It costs you 1 lemon.
Wow,
Not
it's good to know. And you touched on a good point because a lot of people, I think fear drives a lot of this.
of
So,
course.
do you feel like most curses and hexes are not non-existent and not
Yeah,
powerful?
most are self-created. Or self-created. Like even that one for the Dodgers was LA Dodgers. It was like, no. Somebody probably Sports Illustrated did a special on an athlete and then something happened. And then it happened a second time and now a curse is created. Nobody sat there cursed the thing. but we create the reality of it. Then we create a real curse. So if you've been told always you have a family curse, you've it's been created by just the belief system in it.
Wow.
But again, you can get rid of it easy as you allow it or hard as you make it. And lemon and salt works amazing.
Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, because that's a big driver in a lot of these charlatans and a lot of fear-based
The
things.
upsell, or you need a million, I need a $400. I had a friend, and they'll take what they can. And here in Hollywood, where I live, this guy didn't have a lot of money, he's struggling artist. You need a reading. I'm seeing something. You have to talk to me. Again, fear-based and control-based. And I don't have any money. I have $14. Well, I'll do it for $14. His took his last $14, which is not okay. And then decided, of course, they had a curse and this and that. Now they needed a couple $100 to bury the demon or the curse. Why would you spend a couple $100 to bury a demon or curse when you can burn them up, or it's like bury them in a lemon? It's just all bullshit. Not that they really went to their church and got the $400 candle in the box to bury them in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Listen up, people. Correct me if I'm wrong, Patty, but if they feel there's like a negative energy, a negative spirit, or whatever, they could just take care of all of it in this lemon spell.
You
Right.
can. Really, really can. I mean, it's really it's not it doesn't have to be complicated. Yes, there is a small percent that you've got, oh my God, that really is a big long family curse, or more than often than not a belief system that women in my family don't call the right men, or men in my family, whatever that is, we perpetuate it. But for $6 you could have all of that on my or for free on my YouTube page or website. You
Do
take
you
your power back. My whole gig is take your power back. We've given away our power. We give away our power to fear all the time.
Yes.
We give away our power to limiting belief system. We give away our power to other people just so we don't have to take responsibility. We'll give away our power. Figure out who you've given away and take it back. Take it back.
Amen. I like that. I like that. Show your book if you want to hold it up to the camera.
Okay. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh,
$6
book
for
magic
ebook
model.
or audiobook, $12 for a print. Super easy. I spent more time unwriting it than writing it. That's why it's been a bestseller in 5 countries for 5 years, because it's easy. I do have a new book if you want to get into haunted dolls and magical puppets. I have a book coming out from Llewellyn in a couple of months called Dollcraft, a witch's guide to magical haunted dolls and magical puppets, the correct care and feeding of dolls if you want to have that, and magical puppets, which people usually mistake for voodoo dolls because they look like, but they're not. They're healing puppets and magical dolls.
Interesting. You want to elaborate more on that?
On puppets?
And dolls, yeah, because most people
The
think that's
dolls, yeah.
scary.
Well, because I am in the paranormal world, TV stuff. That is Belle. She's a 110-year-old. She might wink at you if you look at her. This is Salem. I just got her in Salem. She came in. But you don't want everybody, and haunted dolls have never been more popular. We've got Annabelle. We've got, Peggy the doll in Zach's museum, who I've actually been the person to do a seance with Peggy. There's Robert the doll. There's all they've never been more popular. And I know more grown men, 40 and 50 something grown men, that they've got a bigger doll collection than I do, and I have a pretty dang big one. So there is something, a negative haunted doll will drain your energy, will make you sick. So it's how to keep them in line and make sure you get a positive one or get rid of the negative entity within it. Basically the care and feeding of a haunted doll, or creation if you want to create yourself. And again, just like with the scammy witches and psychics and the ridiculously oversimplified advice, all of a sudden if you're on eBay and you want a haunted doll and one seller's got 912 haunted dolls, maybe they're not really haunted. Maybe.
What's the purpose of a haunted doll? Because it sounds scary.
Well, people it's almost like another family member. Again, you don't want a dark one because they will make you sick and drain your, and a positive one. Belle came in. She was sent because she saw me doing the Peggy seance, and this doll had made her sick. And I banished the dark doll, and then the sweet little girl came out. It just adds, if you want a little spirit in your house, it's a nice container for a spirit. If you were, if you're a ghost, you can go into a water bottle or that, but why not something with eyes and mouth and face? So it's like calling in a controlled and controllable ghost of sorts.
Interesting.
Not for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know. Yeah, it's definitely not. Um, I think I have well, one last question before I ask you a little question about me.
Okay.
But we kind of touched upon this a little bit earlier, but are there any ways that we could communicate with like deceased loved ones and more so command their help in this world?
Well, I never command, but I request.
Request, yeah.
I never command it, living or, but request, and they really do want to help. And ask for certain signs. Again, work with incense, work with candles. Like I said, light a candle, make an ancestor altar. Here's the pictures of my ancestors that I want. Help me, grandpa. You were good with finances. Help me, grandma. I want to learn how to cook, whatever that is. And then trust that you're going to get the answer. It takes the quieting of the mind. So whether that's a meditative process, I teach this in my school. I have the world's most affordable, university Magick is $10 to $20 a class. I teach mediumship and spell casting and all that. So there's a million exercises like pulling a card, learning what's going to be next, whether it's regular playing cards, it's a heart or it's a diamond or this or that. Dream exercises, practice what's going to play on the song next. It's getting out of your own way and then learning to that quiet listen of spirit.
Noted. Noted.
Not hard. And I do believe we're all capable. Some people better than others. Some people takes longer than others. But I think it's in that 90% of our brain that we don't use.
And one thing you shined light on and throughout this whole interview is the fact that everything doesn't need to be as difficult as it's made out to be.
Nope. Easy as you allow it, hard as you make it. Life is hard. The world is hard. There's so much going on day to day. Why not add a little ease and joy and fun? Add some fairy energy into your life. Add music, add love, have laughter. And you go with that old spoonful of sugar helps with medicine.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Really interesting because, a lot of what's out there, and you know this yourself, that is like really long manifestation or magic techniques. You have to do this every little detail. It becomes very OCD and, like you said, almost fear-inducing that if you do one thing wrong, it's going to be a big problem. Whereas it's really much more simplified and positive.
Yeah, that's because that's the way I choose to. If somebody wants the OCD, this and this and this, I mean, maybe it's a different, then go for it. But doesn't work for me. And believe me, I'm the most successful spellcaster I know.
Yeah, so you would know. You would know. Patty would know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna get a little personal now that we covered a lot. I'm curious if there's anything you pick up with me, or basically, what do you have to say? You tell me.
Okay, you're super intuitive. You know that though. You're super gifted and you're super sensorial, high vibration. You how we're all affected by music, sound, smells, taste. You're hypersensitive that way. How you're affected by all your 5 and 6 senses. You're very empathic, so you do need little protection techniques. You're going to take on somebody's angst or headache or heartache along the way. And I'm also saying, again, you're love driven, so you're smart. You dance actually nicely between your logical left brain and your intuitive right brain, knowledge and knowing it very nicely. But you're also very heart driven, and heart. I mean, even science is figuring out that there might be some thinking cells in our heart, and logic. We need that. Logic tells me to don't cross the red light. Intuition tells me I need to do that. When your heart tells you something, it's the purest. It's not going to be colored by upbringing or fears or bad relationships or anything. And you're very heart driven. So always trust that and you'll be great. I get that you're actually at a crossroads of stepping into your power and really cranking it up well. And it could be a little frustrating sometimes. Don't be afraid of making wrong choices or wrong decisions. Number one, you're not going to. And number two, there aren't any. To me, it's like you're at a crossroads. So I always say, like standing in a hallway with the door hitting you in the butt, and there's these 3 doors in front of you. Don't be afraid to pick a door because you don't know which door. Pick any door. The mountains. And go, oh, it's too cold. The desert. Your new road, you're expanding. It's going to be much wider. You get to take the scenic route. You don't have to be on the interstate, as I call it. You don't have to be on the highway going dee, 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 go here, go there, and it's much more fun. And you get there like this. You got to be feeling it. You've got to be feeling this knowing, and it's about cranking it up. I look at my microphone. It's got volume 0 to 10, 0 to 10. You're a dial it up guy, but there's a couple little areas you've had to dial down a little to a 6.2 so you don't wake up the neighbors, and your guides are going, no, crank it up to 11.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Don't feel it? You got to feel it. Yeah. It's stepping
Yeah.
in thing. It's like, yay, I may not know what it is. And just jump in the pool. You don't have to test the water with your big toe. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Just go for it. Yeah. And a lot more joy and happiness is just going to jump right in for you.
Oh, I'm ready for that. Trust me. I feel
Yeah.
like lately it's been all work and no play. You know what I mean? And then,
Right.
oh,
Right. Now you're going to get success and work and play. Balance, balance, balance.
you see that? Good, good. I'm ready. I'm welcoming it. Believe me, I'm ready for it. Because sometimes I feel like it's been lately a lot of like work and then like me in my head. And I
Right.
don't like being in my head and hyperanalyzing, and then I get
Yeah.
anxious.
That's not going to help you. It isn't. That's not even where your good ideas come from. Just shush that. Go take a walk in the park. Go sit down. Get elemental. You have a lot of um, nature spirits around you. Go sit by a tree with your spine along the trunk and ask for wisdom, not the chatter in your head. Quiet the chatter in your head,
Okay.
and you'll see good things. Something really good I see coming soon, like by spring, by summer. It's
Really?
like it's like fruits of your labor. It's just desserts, things coming together.
Oh, good. By spring, summer. Okay. Anything care to go into detail or?
But it's all about faith. So don't be afraid to think big and create big. Going back into that mind, body, spirit. What do you want that to be? And then just drive the like put the sails up so that's what it is. We
Okay.
dance between destiny, fate, and free will. We free will is the good card that makes us going, I don't want to go here, I want to go here. And that's where we get to direct things. So there's certain things we can't control, but certain things we can and manifest. You're a manifester. So take your power, get your power back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah. Wow.
You
Good. And what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, that's it. That's it. You've got this. Have fun with it.
Thank you, thank you. So all good and movement.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything negative. You should be already starting to have some energy bursts within you or inspiration. That's the sun card. That's the male. Just do it, make it happen.
Yeah.
A
Like
spinning.
green lights.
Yeah, green light.
Good, good.
Overthink, because that's what's going to put the limitation on you is
Wait,
that
what did you say?
overthink, that too much left brain limitation.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, have fun with it.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I was
thank
very curious about what you saw.
it's good. It's really good. So have fun with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you could tell Patty, I bought her pheromone spray off Amazon like 2 weeks ago.
You did? Oh my God, how perfect. It works.
Yeah,
I I have a husband, I'm happily married, but I use it because you want the attraction, men, women. If you're not looking for love attraction, you still want people to be attracted to you for whatever reasons. It
yeah.
works. Matchmaker works.
I had some other one that I had gotten like a year ago, but the scent it was too fragrant and I have asthma. So I was like, and plus people don't like super strong scents. So I bought the unscented one from hers, and like I've been spraying it sometimes, and I have good things to say. So I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
it up.
yeah, keep it up. I will tell her hi. I will tell you did. And yeah, I'm just posting a love, sex, magic thing that we did a couple years ago. I'm going to post that on my social media thing that was special we did together. So she's the queen. She knows. So it works. Those pheromones work.
Yeah, yeah, that's fun. That would be a good conversation. You, her, and I discuss like a Valentine's Day just or something like strictly love thing.
Yeah. Strictly love. It's all about love. Ah. All
So
right.
that's good. This was a good conversation. I feel like we dispelled a lot was important. We dispelled a lot of misconceptions that people have on all across the board, and you let us know that attaining what we want and manifesting, and whether it's cleansing, protection, love, money, is a lot more easier than people would assume. It doesn't need to be so negatively ritualistic, which is how a lot of it's been marketed.
It doesn't. It doesn't. So see, find your truth within it. Every single person is going to be slightly different, but start getting aware of yours and what yours is, and you will feel it. So
Definitely.
thank you.
Thank you. You have to come back again.
I would love to, and get a dragon. I mean, and then your bracelet can represent it.
Yes. I love this little dragon. Let me tell you, this buddy actually helps. There have been
Oh
a
yeah, oh she does. And wait till you give it an exact purpose. Right now, you've got the power of dragon behind you. Wait till it has a name and a job and all that, and a daily command or request.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Well, thank you.
thank you so much. It was great chatting. I'm gonna, for the artwork, if you want to smile real quick.
Oh, this is. I sent you other pictures too, though, right? Because I am really not.
Yeah, this is just for like the one of the promos. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
I got your other photos. The photos were great. I'm in the print in the magazine, the photo I'll use the photos and all of that. And then
you.
for both the podcast and magazine, I'm gonna post it everywhere. I'll tag you. I'll on Instagram, I'll invite you to be a collaborator on.
Collaborator, great. And send me whatever links and stuff that you have, and I'll give it to my assistant and my team to get posted out there everywhere too. So yeah, tag me, collab me, and
Okay,
we'll get.
absolutely.
Thank you. This was fun. You're a great host.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to cover a lot because I know once you ask one question about this type of stuff, people have 10 more. So I was trying to get in everything. So thanks for answering everything.
You're welcome. Anytime. All right, my friend. Have a great day. I gotta go to work. Okay.
Thank you so much. You too.
Bye.
Bye.